From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big morning on Mornings Crypto. Ironically, just as a deal is announced in the fourth stimulus package minutes ago, the cryptocurrency market goes up. On noontime LA today at 11 a.m., all of the breaking details on the deal hatched in the fourth stimulus package right as Mornings LA was airing. It's very complicated. It's actually two bills. It's actually two different processes. It's very, very, very complicated, and it's not as quickly as you thought it would be. I'll explain the details on that noontime broadcast. Ironically, as that news broke, crypto went up. Ironic? Maybe they're both watching this channel. I don't know. But here you go. Let's look at the coins right now upon that news breaking. Bitcoin surged upon that news. And then Ethereum surged as well. Maybe they're all buying some Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then Doge relatively stabilizing. But the movement for other coins, not so much. We'll be going over why other coins like Aave, Decentraland have slowly trended upwards, but LivePeer remaining flat. AMP is losing steam. And then we'll look at a lot of other coins across the market. Are we out of the bottom yet? Or are we stabilizing? And could we still crash with just few days away until Sunday? It's a big noontime. It's a big morning wherever you are. And this is Mornings Crypto. How are you? Boy, what a big day it is. A lot of big breaking news on crypto across the board. I have all the details to understand whether we're out of that market crash, whether we've rebounded, stabilized, or we're crashing again, and what you should anticipate for the next few days. This is Mornings Crypto. Make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record for a reason. Fastest growing cryptocurrency channel there is. Thank you for joining me on Overnight's Crypto last night, which starts at 5:30. A lot of great questions, a lot of big views, and a lot of fun. Also, join me for Evenings Crypto every night at 7 p.m. Here's what you need to know. The market is coming back in crypto for some coins nicely at the moment, but other coins not so much. What are our indicators? This is our indicators. Are coins back to where they were before the market crashed on Sunday? The market crashed on Sunday and Monday and a little bit of Tuesday, but are coins back to where they were on Saturday? With the exception of maybe only two coins now, no. And with the rest of the coins, many of them are still at where they were, just about a little bit above the Monday part of the crash. So we do not have real complete recovery from this market crash. So what would I call this? Stabilization. What about those coins that are going much higher? Why their issue? Very unclear why, but the biggest concern is that the market is just stabilized at a lower price point. So is another market crash coming? Well, definitely in 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks, yes, there's going to be another market crash. But will there be another downturn or price erosion by Sunday? I believe there will. Let's go right into the charts right now and see why I believe that's happening. What's important to understand is where we were on Saturday and where we were the days before Saturday. Now, if you've been with me for a few weeks, you saw what happened in the 3 weeks before this Saturday. Coins were downtrending. They were losing 3% every 48 hours. So they were downtrending for 3 weeks. Are we going to be uptrending now? Well, we've only had 24 hours of an uptrend. So 24 hours of an uptrend after 3 weeks of downtrending is nothing to celebrate about. But it's a start. Let's look at how that start is going. Bitcoin, 34,000. You see what I'm watching right now. I'm in a one-day chart of Bitcoin, the largest coin of market capitalization. My mouse is in the chart. As my mouse moves through this chart, which is by Gemini, you'll see that the price point of the coin is changing. How low are we today? 32,000. That's very low, folks. That's very low. That's just today. That's not yesterday. That's very low. How high is it popping right now? 34. That's nice. Where was Bitcoin before on Saturday? It was about 35. So we're almost at 35, which is good news. I'm happy to see that news, that Bitcoin is almost out of its crash level. So here you go. That's Bitcoin before on Saturday, about 35,290. So, but it did go as high as maybe 35,600 on Saturday, Bitcoin, before the market crash. So it's almost fully rebounded from the market crash. That is a good signal, but it's not an indicator of where the entire market's going. Ethereum, now very similar chart. Nice rebound, but it was very bad this morning. 1,800 is nothing good. This is, folks, this is Thursday. The market crash was Monday, Sunday, Monday, and parts of Tuesday. This is Thursday. You're not supposed to be crashing. That's what I'm talking about with downtrending. So here you go. Where was it before this market crash? It was about 2,200 on Saturday. So it shows you that it's about $200 still away from rebounding from the market crash. It is not rebounded, but it's promising. It could be there in 2 hours. It could be there in a few hours. Doge fully not rebounded whatsoever. Doge was 29 cents on Saturday. There you go. Doge was about 29 cents on Saturday. And where is Doge right now? If we look at the 1-day chart, it's at 25. How low did Doge get today? 22. That's not good. Why? Because we're only halfway through the day. We're only 10 a.m. in the morning. If we're falling to 22 on a Thursday, and it's just Thursday, we could be going worse. Now, Aave was one of those coins that I was looking to see if there was some support, and look what happened to Aave. You're looking at today's chart. You're not looking at Tuesday's chart. Aave went back to 194. No bueno. So Aave went up to about 220, then back down to 194, and is now at what? 215? No bueno. This is very worrisome, folks. This shows, here is how low Aave got. Aave got to 174. During the market crash from Sunday to Tuesday, Aave got to 174. Today on Thursday, it went to 194. What does that mean? You know what that means right now. It's called testing the low. Testing the low. They're retesting the low. Coins crashed from Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday. And then they tried to get some traction to come back up on Wednesday. And today was the opportunity, the break even that I've been saying, that we're going to learn whether we're going to just stabilize and be flat, which is fine, but that means you're at a lower price point, or recover fully back to where we were on Saturday, or go lower. Well, you saw two coins there, Doge 22 cents today, and Aave trying to go to 194. They were both trying to test the lows. 22 on Doge today is horrible. This is Thursday. And 214 on AMP today is also horrible. That's, 194. That's awful. It means it's trying to trend downward. Now, the day is early. We could still go much higher and fully rebound, or we could flatten out, or we could downtrend. But it looks like coins have not figured it out yet, which is not good sign. It means that they want to go lower. They do want to go lower. So let's look at some more coins and see if there's indication that coins are actually below the crash levels of Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's see if that's actually the case. So here we go. That was Bitcoin. Let's jump to some more coins like Decentraland. Well, Decentraland has had a nice rebound, but it is not recovered from the market crash. It shows you it was about 60 cents, but not substantially low from the market crash, but still has not recovered. Now, LivePeer has been acting its own drum. LivePeer, it was just going all over the place. And you see what LivePeer is doing? It's now stabilizing in the $23 range, and that's not good because it's on the low side. And then AMP, I'm sure you've all seen AMP. This has been really one of the big disappointments. AMP, how low did AMP go today? I can't even grab it on the chart. It looks like it may have been 5 cents. But AMP is not showing support. AMP was, I think AMP was 8 cents. Yeah, AMP was 8 to 9 cents on Saturday. AMP is really still down from the crash level. How low did AMP go on during the crash? It went to about 5 plus, and AMP is still down. So that shows you how coins react to a crash. In the case of AMP, it crashed, and it barely has not rebounded. And AMP was late to crash. So AMP went to 5 and is now at 6, falling from 9. A coin that was 12 cents last week that a lot of viewers bought 7 cents, got 11 cents. Boy, it shows you that coins really got hurt by that crash. But here you go. So what should you say now at this point, now that we see we have not fully recovered? That on a Thursday, all signals suggest this is not good news. Why is this not good news? Because under the first market crash of 4 weeks ago, on a Tuesday, we crashed on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, we fully recovered. Then the next market crash was the day after, on Thursday. And on Friday, we fully recovered. The third market crash was on Sunday, and we never recovered for several days. And what happened after that was that for coins that just failed to fully recover, they just downtrended. And coins over the next 3 weeks were lower than the third market crash. Where are we today? Coins are now still lower than the third market crash. And as to this week's crash, the fourth market crash, in many cases, they're still below their Saturday levels, meaning they're still in mid-crash range, or they're actually worse. So could we go lower? I believe absolutely so. I believe by Sunday, we could be testing Monday and Tuesday's crash levels. Remember how the weekends always go. Coins usually have nice, strong Friday and Saturday mornings. They usually have their highest price point by Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, they usually start to downtrend. And by Sunday afternoon, all the way into about Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, they have the lowest price point of the week. So do I think we're going to get lower? Yes. What day do I think we're going to get lower? Over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, if not Sunday. How low will we get? I think we will probably try to test the crash level lows of Monday or Tuesday. Now, this is just Thursday. If we start testing those lows today, we could be below those lows by the weekend. Now, if we have a nice pop upward, however, and we still stay around the crash level lines of, that AMP was 8 cents, that we're still at like 8 cents, then be prepared for a downturn. Would I be a buyer just yet? I'm going to go over those details in a second. Would I be a seller just yet? I'll go over those details in a second. But here's what I want you to know, is I truly believe that you look at the charts, you see these coins going lower in the next few days. And the lowest point may be on Sunday. But watch the coins, because you certainly saw how the coins had pops just today onto the downside. Who would know that Doge would fall to 22 cents just for an hour? Who would know that AMP would fall? It looked like it was almost 5 cents for just an hour. So if you want to be base buying, you may want to get in now, but I would rather wait till a few more days. I think it's still getting worse. I really do think it's getting worse. I'd rather be conservative on the buy side. Why? You're going to see that in a second. All right, next, will there be another market crash as opposed to just a price erosion? Yes. This morning, Jim Cramer on broadcast media has said much the same thing I have said for the last few weeks. People's Republic of China caused the first market crash with their announcement. It caused the second market crash with their second announcement. And they caused the fourth market crash with their fourth announcement. So will there be another announcement? Of course they will. Will they continue to do it until they crash the coins as much as they can crash them? Absolutely. And what Jim Cramer's comments were similar to mine, which is people are in a false sense of rose-colored glasses at the moment, where they think that People's Republic of China can't keep on crashing your coins. They will crash your coins until they're happy done crashing your coins, until they keep on going lower. So the fact that the longest duration between the press announcements was 3 weeks, I would look at the calendar and say, there's going to be another announcement. And when they announce that, they make that next announcement, if your coins are at the current level or lower, they will really smash low. Let me explain with a chart. Let me give you one of the charts as an example, let's show you a Doge, or because it's on Gemini. So I want to show you a coin a little bit further out. Let me show you something like Bitcoin. So let me show you what they could do to a Bitcoin with a third announcement. So, that's AMP. Sorry, that's not Bitcoin, that's AMP. Here you go. Oh, I see. You see it, but I don't see it. Okay, now I see it. Okay. There is Bitcoin. So here you go. You see this mountain? People's Republic of China are happy and content to crash coins until they get back to the bottom of their mountain. What's the bottom of Bitcoin's mountain? 18,000? Yeah. It could happen in 3 weeks. It could happen to 20,000 in 3 weeks. They are going to keep on crashing the coin. And how low down the mountain is Bitcoin? It's halfway down the mountain at the moment. In the case of other coins, they're further down the mountain. Like a Shiba is almost practically down the bottom of the other mountain. Ethereum, it could crash into the 1500s and the 1300s, the 1200s. Let's do something like a Aave. I don't know how far Gemini goes out on Aave. I think it goes out pretty far. They could crash Aave. There you go. Wow. Look, Aave. Aave is almost at the bottom of the mountain. Aave was a $76 coin before it ran up this mountain. So Aave could fall into the 140s, the 120s range. Another statement from the People's Republic of China, or $100 range. Very, very, very concerning. So, are there opportunities in crypto? Should you be a buyer? Should you be a seller? Let me go over all the details. First, should you be a seller? No. If you have a position and you don't need the money, then don't be a seller, because your position will likely come back. But it may be a while. It may be a few months. It may be a year. But if you really need the money, then you're going to have to figure out where and when you're going to get out and just take that loss. Ultimately, you may want to hold on a little bit longer and then get out if you really need access to that money. On the buy side, should you be a buyer? Here's what I suggest to viewers. There are 3 buying opportunities: buying and holding long term, buying and flipping 3 days, and buying and flipping a few hours. At the moment, the best buying opportunities are the second and the third ones. I am not recommending buying and holding at these levels. Why? Because I think the coins are going to go lower. Here's the reason why. Some people who buy and hold think that, well, I'll buy it even if it's expensive. It will eventually go up in 5 years. Some people will buy real estate, for example, that they think is very overpriced. They don't care because they know in 5 years it's going to go up. I don't think that way. Maybe you think that way, but I don't think that way. I think get the cheapest price, because in 5 years it'll be worth a lot more money. So Ethereum is absolutely going to go down. Bitcoin is going to go down, and Doge is going to go down. And then when they go down lower, then I like buying them for long-term investments. I don't like them even here. I want them even cheaper. Now, how cheap? Now, 16 cents Doge, 17 cents Doge, what price? Before the fourth market crash, I was telling viewers I like a long-term hold and buying price points of Ethereum at 1,500. It never got there. I like Bitcoin at 31,000. It did get there. And I like Doge in the 20s. It got a lot lower than that. So am I still in the same mindset? Yeah, but I'm going to take it down a little notch. So I would love a Bitcoin in the 20s. I mean, I would adore it. 29,000. Absolutely. I'd love it. Ethereum in the 1,500, 1,400, 1,300. Oh, I adore it. Put it away for 10 years. Absolutely. Doge, a little bit more concerning, because Doge could literally fall to 5 cents. So I'm worried to say buy Doge at 11 cent long term, because it could go to 5 cent. So I would not consider Doge among my long-term interests at the moment. That's a change from how my position just a few weeks ago. I don't like how Doge is acting, and I think long-term it may be a troubling situation. Now, that's not to say I wouldn't buy and sell Doge. That brings us to our second and third options. The best opportunities in this market, if you're not doing the first one, are buying and selling. Whether you're buying and selling in 3 days, or buying and selling in a few hours. How do you find those coins, and how do you do it differently than a few weeks ago? A few weeks ago, I was telling viewers you buy Polygon at a price point and sell it at a price point. We were doing the buy price point. We were doing the buy and sell based upon the chart of that coin about 3 weeks ago. But now it's almost 4 weeks ago. Well, actually, we were doing it at the time at 2 weeks ago. Then it was 3 weeks ago. Now it's 4 weeks ago. At this point, I don't think you can sell these coins at those 4-week price points anymore. They're too far out. So here's an example. Let's look at Polygon, for example. I was telling viewers 2 weeks after the event happened that buy Polygon when it goes to 80 cents and sell it at $2. The problem is that Polygon is now 4 weeks away from that event, and it's too far to predict that event. Let me show you Aave as an example. Aave, I was once saying, buy it at 170 and sell it out at 500. Well, the problem is that 500 was 4 weeks ago, and that was the height of the market, the best time of the market. So I do no longer believe that you can get $500 for Aave. That is the same situation for all coins right now. So you should not use your sell target as an indicator from 4 weeks ago. It's too far away. You have to do it based upon the last week or 2 weeks. So no longer can you say buy Polygon at 80 cents, sell it at $2. $2 was 4 weeks ago. Can't get that. Can't say Engine in at 80 cents out at $2. That was 4 weeks ago. You can't say Decentraland in at 50 cents out at $1. That was 2 weeks ago. You can't say Live Peer 11 because it never went to 11 and out at 33. That was 4 weeks ago. And you can't say Aave in at 150 or 170 and out at 500 because that was 4 weeks ago. What can you say? What you can say is Aave at 170 and out at 300. It's done that in the last 10 days. Actually, almost the last 7 days. So you have to look closer in about the 7-day mark. That's probably the best indicator. And look and see what Aave has done the last 7 days or 10 days. Here you go. So let's look at it together. 280, 289, beautiful. And Aave has gone to 170. Today was going to 180. So you get in 180 and out at there. Oh, it went to 191. There you go. That's exactly what I said. In at like 180, Aave out of 300. You can do that. What else can you do that with? Doge, you could certainly do that with. So you could buy Doge at 22 and sell it out at 28. That's a beautiful run, but that requires a few more days of trading. In the case of Aave, you saw that the coin is making these big moves in a few hours. Decentraland, I don't think Decentraland is moving enough at the moment. 44. Yeah, no, actually, you could do Decentraland. You would have to do Decentraland in at the 40s, out in the 60s. So that's not double your money, but at least it's 20 or 30% of your money. AMP is an easy one. You know what I'm going to say for AMP, probably in at 5, out at about 8. In at about 5 and then out at about 8. I mean, maybe you get 9, but I don't think you will. And so then how do you find these coins? Well, when you're looking for the coins, you may want to look for coins that are substantially down as much as substantially up. Here we're looking at one of the charts, one of the platforms, Gemini. What I've done is I've ranked the coins based upon worst performing by clicking on the third column. Barnbridge, Mirror, and Live Peer are the worst performing right now. Barnbridge is really burning the barn. It's down 22% at the moment, which is an enormous drop. So this may be a big candidate for a buy. If it's dropping so low that you think you can at least get back 10% when it rebounds a little bit, that might be an easy rebounding coin. A Live Peer down 10%, not so much. Let's click the column again and see if any coins are breaking up. That suggests that potentially there's a coin that is breaking to the upside. So there is. When we look at that, we see that Wrapped Nexus, which you cannot buy on Gemini, but you can buy somewhere else, is up 17%, 16% right now. That's delicious. So that may be a big candidate across the board. What should you know going into this weekend? What you should know is that I had told you yesterday that this 24 hours is very critical. We are still early on this day, so it's too early to say where this day is going. This is what you need to be looking out for on your respective coins. Are the coins going to be, by the end of today, above its Saturday levels pre-crash, but within the crash range, or at the low end of the crash range? Because if they're at the low end of the crash range or drifting back down to the low end of the crash range, it means it wants to retest those low ends. That's a bad signal. It means it's not even stabilized. Stabilized is like this. Even if it's in the middle of where the coin was crashing on Monday, it's stable. Uptrending means it's trying to regain and come out of the crash and rebound itself. But if it's down drifting here on a Thursday, that is a really bad signal. And that means that this weekend could be really bad. If we go into the split screen for coinmarketcap.com and look and see where 100 coins of target market capitalization are going right now, we may be surprised that this market does not have the type of support that some people think it has. The top performing coin on coinmarketcap.com right now is Tron, TRX, up 20%. Clearly a flippable coin today. You may want to buy in and get out in a few hours. Clayton, which is KLAY, up 15%. Quant, which has been really one of those coins which keeps on appearing itself, up 14%. Cello up 14%. So you may want to watch those. But where is the market? The market is relatively flat. And what are the worst performing coins over the last 7 days? There is a lot of coins that are down 30% for the 7 days. What does that mean? The last market crash was in the last 7 days. So it means that these coins are still down 25 to 35%. Boy, I'm up to almost 27 coins that are down still 20% for the 7 days, meaning that they have not rebounded. That's all indication we're going cheaper. So be patient on our buy side, be patient on your sell side. Meantime, programming note, if you're joining this show, you saw my teaser at the top of the hour. When Mornings LALATE was live on air, the president made an announcement. Let me explain what the programming schedule will be like for today's shows. At noontime at 11 a.m., as usual, I'm live on air. That'll give you the big update of what happened with stimulus in the last hour. Afternoons LA has already been taped, so that show predates the announcement from the president. Evenings LA has not been taped, so that will give you more about what's going on with the announcement from the president. And then, and moreover, what's important for you to understand is that the president's announcement is vague. It's just like pomp and circumstance. I have a deal. Okay, great. What's the deal? There's no deal. There's nothing signed. But that there's really two bills that have two different paths, that have two different groups of people behind it. So, and the timeframes are all wacko. So everything is very, very messy. If there was ever a time for me to say, there's no bill yet, well, there's now not 2 billion. We're still missing, now we're missing 2 bills. So we may need a new emoji on this channel. There's no bills yet, instead of there's no bill yet. Because there now has to be, well, actually, there has to be 3 bills. There has to be 2 recon bills, and then this other bill. They're going to be doing 3 bills. Yeah, is that confusing enough? I will explain it to you at noontime at 11 a.m. as the sun dropped. Even the sun doesn't want to hear it. The sun is just overwhelmed. Remember, I always say we're not tracking checks, we're cashing checks on this channel. We learned the importance of that about 15 minutes ago when Schumer gave us indication of when they are doing all these 3 different paths, and it's not going to be anything that sends you a stimulus check on July 14th, as some people were just sort of saying randomly in strange places, not for me, but in random strange places. It's making the situation very, very elaborate, but now they have a path. Now we also have a path of where to focus on for our Purple Power push. It's looking really good. I'm happy for what they're thinking, but it's very complicated. And trust me, if there was anything complicated like this that someone could butcher in a news story, they're going to butcher this in a news story. Because someone that hears something will hear something like, and it's like, wait a second, there's like 2 other bills you're forgetting to mention. Okay, I'll make it all clear for you coming up at 11 a.m., which is about 30 minutes from now. And with that, make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record for a reason. Fastest growing cryptocurrency channel there is. Adding stock coverage to this channel up next. Not today, but soon. So subscribe. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful morning. I look forward to seeing you on noontime at 11 a.m. and then always evenings, overnights crypto at 5:30, followed by evenings crypto at 7 o'clock. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay